decided that they'd leave behind to keep safe with the things they weren't wanting, like the gas masks and things of that kind. Pa saw them off at the station, and he shed a few crocodile tears as he waved them goodbye from the platform. It was the best break he'd had in 10 years. Ma got corner seat for young Albert, who abused the rest of the team by breathing hot breaths on the window and writing some swear words instead. At last they arrived somewhere in England, and straight to the billet was shown. Mother was in one room, and Albert had a small room of his own. On the very first night of the blackout, Albert performed such a feat by hanging head first from the window and shining his torch down the street. It flashed on an ARP warden patrolling with leisurely gait. Good heavens, said he, it's Tarzan. I better investigate. So reading his book of instruction to get himself doubly sure, and then in an official manner, he proceeded to knock on the door. It was opened by Mrs. Ramsbottom. Now then, said she, what's to do? And in a stern air warden manner he said, I'm going to interrogate you. This proper upset Mrs. Ramsbottom. Her face was a picture to see. I'll have you know, you'll denote to the sort, I'm a respectable woman, said she. Has your son been evacuated? Said the ARP man at the door. Well, he'd all them things done as a baby, said she, and he's not being done anymore. Be off with you now, said Mrs. Ramsbottom, bustling him out of the porch. The ARP man patted Albert and then confiscated his torch. Now this was unlucky for Albert, because he'd no torch to see him to bed. But being a bright little fella, he switched on the hall light instead. Put out that light! The voice shouted. Where's the men of our ARP? I've told them already, said the warden, but they take no notice of me. Now, Mrs. Ramsbottom and Albert were feeling quite homesick and sad, so they thanked the landlady most kindly and prepared to go back home to Dad. When at last they reached home and Father, they were fed up, and they'd had quite enough, but in the front parlour were 6 young women, and Father was doing his stuff. Hello, Mother, said Father, come right on in, don't be afraid. When you went away, I joined ambulance corps. I'm instructing these girls in first aid. First aid, said Mother, with a horrible look on her brow. If ever thou needed first aid in thy life, aye, come lad, thou be wanting it now.
Thank you. thank you to Andrea, Peter, and the wonderful choir from the Morley Academy, and the band, and chiefly yourself. If you may remember that phrase, I was tempted to do a musical theme this evening, but I didn't have a suitable act for it, so I decided not to say. Written in 1976 as a Remembrance anthem, it is setting up a text from Pericles' famous funeral oration of 431 BC. Peter asked us, they gave their bodies, will be performed this evening by the choir of the Morley.
There's a slight correction actually, but we've actually changed our minds. We're going to perform a piece, essentially words of Lawrence Binion for the Fallen. It's called We Will Remember Them, and it's by Edward Elgar, which is just as poignant as moving as the Astor piece which he performed before.
To the Morley Academy Choir, and my apologies for that change to the programme this evening, which I was made aware of, but by the time the programme had been printed, unfortunately, it was too late to amend. So thank you to the Morley Academy Choir, quite a beautiful piece of music sung beautifully there, as is always the case by the Morley Academy Choir. Animals have always been used during